C-Doc again.
Hey, it's Tuesday. Welcome to Tuesday. If you're not already at Tuesday, it's C-Doc again. I'm your host, C-Doc. Welcome to another episode. Hope everyone is doing well. And of course, I don't do this by my lonesome. I have the squad involved. First up, she got her start in classic rap radio. Our lady from the heyday of K-Day, Jennifer O. Jenny.
I'm not really here, and I can't hear you.
Oh, all right.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us, Jennifer. Come back when you're able. All right, so that happened. Also joining us tonight, or possibly joining us tonight, is the man with the dopest account on Instagram. If you don't follow him, you're a sucker. The Culture Clip King, ladies and gentlemen, Ultra Mag 7.
I'm not really here, Doc.
Oh, man, come on.
Wait, yo, when she came in, she had the chimes and everything. So I thought it was like we're getting fanfare.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought we were getting fanfare.
I know, yeah. You just left. Oh, okay.
I'm here, Doc. What's happening, brother?
What's up, bro? How are you?
I'm chilling, man. Chilling, the Hip Hop Tuesday. That's what we do.
It is Hip Hop Tuesday, yes.
Yeah.
I had a hip hop weekend. So.
Bro, let's talk about that because you hit me up. I was closer, maybe I could have made my way down there, but that's driving through the DMV. I don't like that. That's not cool. So when you say you're down there, I'm like, all right, see when you get back, Doc. But explain to the people.
We did end up on Saturday. We did end up in Baltimore. So,
okay.
Because evidently there's a graffiti alley there. So, anyway, I spent the weekend with the B-Boys, Brother B, Donald D, and shoot music videos. Great time had by all. Of course, my wife Mara was with me, accompanying me and helping out. And it was good. It was hot, but it was good. And we got to meet up with Do Me Right on Sunday,
right?
And at an event, and it was dope. It was dope. Long weekend.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. What?
I say you met DJ RBI too, right? Did you?
And got to meet DJ RBI. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Salute to him. Yeah.
Yes. Pardon me because it's been a day, but I'm trying to remember the name of the event. But they have it every the last Sunday in every month. The Crate.
Oh, okay.
Thing, but in DC, down in DC, on the southeast side. Shout out to DJ RBI. It was dope, man. They had sellers and wax and MCs and DJs. It was great.
So is it at the same plate? Like, is it at the so you said they have this the end of every month?
I think so. Yes, from my understanding, they have it every last Sunday in every month, and I believe it's always at the same place. I believe.
Oh, that's dope. Okay.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. That's like me. Yo, let me say something. do you like the Bums? The group The Bums, Brothers Under Madness?
Yeah.
So D-Wise from the group The Bums, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I follow him on Instagram, and I'm like, I see he's with a DJ from here out in Jersey, DJ J Ski, and he's in Atlantic City. I'm like, this guy's from Oakland, and then I see him. He's like in Philly with Craig G, and I'm like, everybody's everywhere. Like hip hop, everybody's everywhere. But I love seeing stuff like that. So,
yeah, man.
Great. I love seeing stuff like that.
It's great.
We got to get him on the show. We got to get D-Wise on the show.
Yeah, definitely. That would be.
I love the Bums, man.
Yeah. And I don't think another underrated group people don't know enough about. So, Yeah.
I love. That makes me think back last week. when we were talking with Raz, and I was saying how my brother sent me wake up show tapes.
Yeah.
The Bums are one of those groups that were on those wake up show tapes because they dealt with Sway and Tech. So again, 2 weeks in a row. Shout out to my brother Sean because he says I never said nothing to him.
Hey, you know what? Speaking of them too, because I was working on a little something. Even though the movie's a bit notorious, but the soundtrack's got some dope stuff on it, including a joint by the Bums. But I was rocking the Street Fighter soundtrack the other day.
Come with it.
Yep, come with it.
Pandemonium.
Yep. Yeah, joints on here, man.
I think I have that CD somewhere.
Yeah. Yep. I remember getting it. I think I got it mad cheap too. It's got joints.
Let me just say this, and you'll understand this. Flatline's not here, so
yes.
Somebody was looking for a Latyrix tape.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I got one. They were like, I was like, how much are you willing to spend for it? They were like, it's going for $50. I'm like, I could part with that for $50.
Did you make $50?
No, I'm about to. I'm about to.
Nicely done.
Inside joke between me and Doc.
Yes. Flatline would appreciate it as well.
Yes.
So, wait a minute, hang on 1 second. Bear with me. Any hip hop mail this week, Ultra, before we get to our guest?
I do not have any hip hop mail, but I had a good conversation with my homeboy overseas, my boy Sabir, and he's working on a new project. And, he's just hitting me up about that, and he's telling me what's coming. And so hopefully I'll be getting some mail with that. But just shout out to my boy Sabir and what he's working on. But hopefully we'll have some hip hop mail soon.
Okay. Looking forward to it, as we always do. All right, let's get into it. Invite our guest on. She's been waiting patiently, and I don't know her story, and I'm anxious to hear her story because she has made quite the impression on one of her latest recordings with a certain group that we know very well here at It's C-Doc again and Spit Slam. Please welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen, Mala Reignz.
Hey.
It's only two of us clapping tonight, but
Sounds good to me. How you doing?
Doing well. You got the audio sorted? Everything's cool?
Everything's good, yeah. I was hearing it double before, but it's good now.
That happens sometimes, so we can't quite figure out why, but at least it didn't happen, Sometimes it happens like during the show when our guest is like talking and it's like we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's hard to make clips afterwards with it.
Yes. Also knows that well.
Yeah. So it's good now.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Mala, we had heard Bobby Simmons was on the show a few weeks back and dropped a little announcement that he said you are the latest addition to the original hip hop band Stetsasonic.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, that is something. So, can you talk about how that happened? How that all came about?
It just kind of happened organically. I know Bobby for years. Well, first and foremost, I've been doing music for many years. Just as Mala Reignz, I have a company called Scholar VMG with my partner J30, and we've been running and operating Scholar VMG, releasing our music as independent artists on our own label / music conglomerate, whatever you want to call it. We do a lot of things. We do a lot of independent things.
Word.
So we've been recording, releasing, filming music videos, releasing them, distributing them on our own for over 10 years. And Bobby has always been like a good friend, and he's always been very supportive of our music. And Bobby always had his show going on, his podcast and show going on here in New York. So, and I'm based out of New York. So over the years, we just developed like a really great working friendship. And One day Bobby hit me up. I'm not gonna lie, I took like a little break from music. I had to take like a little mental break. I needed it after COVID. So I kind of was laying low for a little bit, and out of the blue, Bobby just called me and was like, "Yo, how's everything? You got this track, and would you like to be on it?" And I was like, "Of course. Like, how could I say no?" And he was just like, "Yo, just do your thing, talk your smack." You know what I'm saying? And really, no, there really wasn't much of a there really wasn't much of a direction. He was just like, do your thing. So that's what I did. And then after that, it just kind of went from there. And then one day it was just like, you're down with Stetsasonic, right?
It was that easy. Wow.
Wow. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, right. Wow.
That's what's up. I'm definitely honored, man. I'm proud, and I'm somebody. I know I'm a little younger, but than they are, but I know my history. So, and I came up in the Bronx, New York, listening to hip hop, and when I was coming up, this is what I heard in the house. This is what my mom was listening to. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
To me, it's just it's dope. It's dope, and to be like the first hip hop group to perform with the live band. My dad was a musician on the Latin side, playing the timbales and the congas, electric organ, for salsa. So he would have me as a little girl, like he would throw jam sessions, and I would be in the jam sessions with him playing the cowbell. So
nice.
For me, kind of brings it full circle.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Oh, okay. So, since you're talking about, growing up and your start in music, how did you get into hip hop? What was the I call it the gateway drug? What got you into the music?
It was everybody's same gateway drug. It was poetry.
Gotcha.
I started writing my poetry after I always kind of wrote poetry, but I really got serious about it when I was in college and I had my son already, and I was a single mom, and I needed some kind of therapy, and that really was my therapy. So I would just put him to bed and put some music on real low, and I would just write, but I didn't realize that I was actually writing to the beat. So when I would go, and it all rhymed, but it wasn't like I was trying to rap. I really was just trying to write my poetry. Yeah. So when I would go to these little open mics at school, I went to Lehman College, by the way. So that's really where I first got the bravery to even get on stage for something like that. And when I would perform it, people would be like, "Do you rap?" And I would be like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "You're rapping, right?" Everything seems to be a surprise for me. I'm the last to find out, but that's what it was. It went from there, I found it all happened in Lehman. I found the confidence. And I was a member of the radio station in the Student Life building. So that's and I mean, obviously from the Bronx, I grew up listening to hip hop. So it's just a part of my life, and but transitioning from poetry to actually being an artist, that's just something I just fell in love with, and I threw myself into it 100%.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No. Because I was going to bring this up later because this always annoys me. And she said, she was writing. And it annoys me when I always hear men always assume that females don't write their rhymes. And I'm like, women can do all these other things. They give birth, they can be the president, but they can't write rhythmic poetry. That always bothers me. I used to tour with a female MC, and she, I would listen to her interviews, and she would be telling people, they would ask her these questions. I'm like, what kind of question is this? So anyway, it's just, I'm glad that you said that, and it's just, I hate when dudes say that type of stuff. It annoys me.
Happens all the time.
I listen, like I said, I used to be on tour with my homegirl, Princess Superstar. And I would sit there on the interviews and people would be like, yeah, so they were asking her who writes her rhymes. So she wrote it. She made a song called, Who Writes Your Lyrics? So she dissed them back and saying that. But I'm like, that stuff always annoys me. But anyway, I digress.
It annoys me too.
Yes. Good. Yeah.
But Mala, what were some of the song joints that you? I'm sorry, I'm totally phrasing this question weird. What were some of your favorite joints growing up? Like when you first got into the music and that like you gravitated towards?
I always like go back to like because it was my mom that was playing the music for me in the household, you know. So and both my parents were young parents in the 80s, so they were already and in the Bronx, so they were already surrounded by typical, you know what I'm saying, like the beginning stages of hip hop and but also salsa, also freestyle. So that's really what I listened to all of that growing up. So like Sugar Hill Gang, like that's what I remember my mom listening to. White line. There was so many. All of that really, like just growing up listening to all of that stuff.
But was there anything that became yours finally that you were like, oh, this is, you know, because I know like you grow up listening to your parents' music, but then you get your own thing, and it's like,
I still listen to that's the thing. Like I still listen to my parents' music, like all of it. Even if you like, even incorporating like disco music into my music now, like that's like one of my more recent records that I did, called New Hustle, and it's basically all of that. I kind of always try to like dip into my past when I make my music, like even trying to like I'm not a fluent Spanish speaker, but even trying to incorporate like a little bit of Spanglish into my stuff. Bringing like a Latin flavor to it, or just stuff that I remember from growing up. You know, it's always it's important to me to always incorporate that. I don't have my parents here with me anymore, so I always like to like revisit that. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're at college and you get the confidence to start performing, and then so when did you officially in your own mind become an MC?
Right away.
Oh, okay. After they told you were an MC?
As soon as they said it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I guess I'm easily influenced. I don't know.
Because I mean,
it's just because I was a young mom, so I never like found, like, I didn't know what I loved. You know what I mean? Like, everything just kind of happened so fast for me.
Yeah.
So I found my independence in college. I think I discovered who I was really when I was in college. So when I discovered music, it was just like, wow, this is me now. This is who I am. So, you know what I mean? Like, I just had to go all the way.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because I was curious just because you approaching it from, you know, saying that, okay, I'm doing poetry or whatever, but especially, you know, I'm thinking just your performance on Cypher, you attack the mic. I mean, it's not like, so were you always coming from that angle, or was it more of originally, was it more of a spoken word thing, or were you always just kind of just, you know, coming at it aggressively?
I think I was always like slam poetry type, like,
yeah.
I think I always came from a more aggressive standpoint.
Yeah, because you sound like a battle MC.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not though. I'm not a battle. I am friends with a lot of battle rappers though. Definitely respect the battle rap world. I know a lot of people in battle rap world. So if I had the memory span for that, I definitely probably would have tipped into it, but I just can't.
Yeah.
Well, you hit them with those rhymes, you're gonna take out a whole bunch of people, so you ain't gotta worry about that.
Good looking.
Yeah.
Okay, so when did you do your first recordings?
Same time. As soon as I realized I was gonna rap, I started right away. I started right away. I was from the radio station in school. We would just make the time. I would in between classes, literally like in between classes, and I had my son in the daycare. There's a daycare program on campus as well. So shout out to Lima College because they helped me down. So I would check up on him in the daycare program in between when I had like gaps in between my classes. And then I would run downstairs to the radio station. They had all the equipment there, and they was my people. So, you know, we would just like record in between time or whatever.
Were there any were you on any actual radio shows there? Like, did you have a radio show or anything?
No, I never had one.
Okay.
They were like, so at the time, the station, Lehman was building a like state of the art recording studio in a different building. So this was a station that was kind of like, it was kind of on its way out. There was still like a show, I think, there at one point, but I don't even think I was on that show. They just had access to the equipment, so I would go down there and record.
Wow.
Yeah.
Free studio time. That's dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Get what you can get.
Yeah.
Do the best of what I got.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I house hopped. I went from whoever had studio time, whoever had studio space. At one point I had like a little makeshift studio in my crib, like somebody gave me equipment. And then after that, like for years, after me and J30 teamed up, like he's always had studio, so we've always after we formed Scholar VMG, always had a recording studio.
When was that? When did you guys?
Oh, damn. Definitely about 10, 12 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So prior to forming the company, were you releasing music on your own?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
3 years. Mm-hmm.
What? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, what part of the Bronx are you from? Or did you grow up in?
I'm born and raised in Kingsbridge. Then I moved to Pelham Parkway with my mom. And then after that, I kind of bounced around, but I'm currently still in Pelham area.
Okay.
When you started putting out music, was this still around? So if you started the company about 10 years ago.
So before Scholar VMG, I had Scholar Music. Scholar Music was my own company that I ran. And I had a manager at the time, Nikki Jams, and me and her were just running up and down New York City, performing wherever I could, doing all kinds of shows, radio shows, podcasts. When podcast was becoming like podcast was like a new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And J30 had his own company called Vision Music, and we kind of just brought it all together.
Okay.
A Scholar Vision Music Group. That's what it is now.
Gotcha. What was that at the tail end of the CD era? Were you doing the CD thing, or was
definitely we're doing the CD thing? I was I was backpacking my CDs. I was selling my CDs out of my backpack at Rucker Park. I mean, I'm talking about I had my feet on the ground for a long time in New York City.
Yeah. That was I was wondering what your experience was like during that, because it was such a crazy period. The end of the CD into the digital era, and how was that transition for you? Because it was such a weird time.
It was weird. It was a little confusing at first, but I feel like everybody just had to adapt. So we just figured out, how the cheapest way for the CDs, it was cheapest way to press up your CDs, and then it was just like, wow, we don't got to spend this money anymore.
Right.
It was expensive. It was heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have CDs that I didn't get a chance to get rid of, and I don't even know.
Yeah,
it hurts my heart to let them go, but I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. Probably gonna make some art. I'll probably make a mosaic.
You know what?
Come on, I got cassettes.
That's dope.
You know what the worst is we put out an album, my group, in 2004, and the first run of it was a mistake. It was a mispress, and so I still have those, and they have the artwork, and I'm just like, you don't want to throw them away, but at the same time, it's like it's not right. It's
you know what you do? You get a little label, a little sticker, and you cover the bad part, the messed up part. That's what we did. That's what we did.
That's cool. That's great. Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, it was an interesting time. So how many record or albums have you put out?
I have actually never put out an official album. I've always dropped like EPs and mixtapes.
Yeah.
So I have a few of those. And I've been working on my album for a long time, and I've been very nitpicky about it, and probably too much. And I just need to drop it already. That's what I need to do. I just need to drop it already because I'll be driving myself crazy, and I keep redoing it over one song, then the new song that I do, and I got to change the whole thing to match that one. I got to change the whole thing again. So I just need to drop it.
Yeah.
I pretty much have
Oh.
it.
Wait, Mala, what's your sign?
I'm an Aries.
It makes sense.
A lot of things
makes
make sense now.
It's one of those things where if you gotta let the baby walk at some point, you know. You just gotta let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets tough. I get it.
Mm.
But it sounds like you have enough recordings now. You could probably have like
probably have like 2 and
Yeah.
maybe a little short mixtape too.
Yeah. Right? I was gonna say 200-300, but you know, depending on how long you've been working at it. Your company, is it just do you have other artists that you work with?
We at one point we were trying, and then that didn't work out. We just said, you know, we're gonna just keep it for us until we get to a place where we're able to support the artists. You know what I mean? We want to be able to like do what other companies aren't doing, which is artist development. We want to be able to and also show and prove like, okay, we were able to succeed in doing this, and now we'll show you the way to succeed.
Yeah.
So
I love you saying that because because it's so great because you can show people all the steps. Hey, I did this all worked. And even with artist development, that's something that you don't have nowadays. Like everybody just comes out with their first thing and I'm out here. Like, you know, it's a process you got to go through. I mean, if you really want to have good sounding music and, you know, permeate through, you know, this whole industry. So it's good to hear that.
Yeah, we actually talent is important to us, and like we actually like the creativity and having a vision is like really it's part of our like scholar vision, you know what I mean? Like it's part of our motto. So we want to make sure that like whoever we bring forth to represent us is going to also match you know the energy that we bring and just the type of creativity that we bring. But also we have a lot of tools to help with that. We just like we need the funding, and we need those relationships. So that's what we're working on.
Gotcha.
Right.
How do you feel about the current music business model with streaming and for independent artists? Because, you know, I have a particular view on it myself. I tell my artists that it's promo, basically. How do you feel about it, and how do you approach it?
So I do feel that it's promo, but at the same time, I just think that it's crazy what's happening in the industry. Like I just think that it's like the Wild West right now. Like there's no order to it. It's like a monopoly at this point, and I don't really understand it. So like I understand what's happening, but I don't understand why it's like it's just crazy to me.
Right.
So you can't live off the promo though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not getting paid off the stream. You're promoting to get the promo. Like you have to promote for people to even go and listen to you and stream your stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a big investment as an independent artist. It's a lot of financial investment that you have to make into it, and it's difficult. It's not easy, and I don't think it's fair. And at this point, everybody's pretty much independent. Who's left? You know what I mean? There's like maybe your 10, 15, 20 top artists, maybe that's getting the all the play and doesn't really leave a chance for everybody else. So there has to be something else. I feel like there has to be something that's going to come out of this.
Yeah.
Where the independent artists actually will benefit, because then music is just it's going to suffer.
Yeah.
honestly.
Yep. No, yeah, we have theories of things. We talk about this. We have theories. We have ideas, and I'm kind of hoping. Case in point, when it was they were releasing all the information about rap was not a top seller anymore, and labels weren't going to invest into hip hop or rap music anymore, and as much as they did. And I kind of think that's a good thing. I kind of think it needs to go back to the streets and back to the underground and where it was, and maybe we can build something,
But what
rally
happened
the
was
troops.
when it did that, though, then the artist wasn't making any money.
Well, yeah, there is that, but I think there are ways.
Yeah. The way, I mean, obviously, I don't have any records out there, C-Doc, but I feel like if the artist builds up enough of a fan base, however it is, small, 5, 10, 15, 20, and these people rock with you, and as you said, the streaming, that's the promo, but hey, I'm going to drop this 12-inch, I'm going to drop this CD, I'm going to drop this. If they really rock with you, they'll pay. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's kind of up to the artists to build up, the group of people that really follow them. But as you said, Doc, I'm like, that wouldn't be a bad thing to go back independent, because it knocks out a lot of people who just make it for fun. You know what I mean? People that got signed and did this, like, nah, you really got to put everything that's into this to really put it out there, to promote it, and I wouldn't, that's how it was in the 80s. It was like a singles game. Every week it was a new single. So you just heard like a 12-inch and people had to build up to coming out with the album. So, I'm with that whole thing.
Yep. It ain't going to be easy.
No, it's not. It's not going to be easy. So if you're really into it,
you're
into it.
I mean, the only good thing I could say about that is that we have social media.
Yeah.
Yep. Right.
So that helps a lot with having to take it back to the streets, because at least now you can reach more of the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the thing is, I feel like it's always been that way. Like once you have the streets, you're already.
You're good.
You have to get the streets if you want to be successful. That's just something I always knew coming up in the game.
Yeah.
So at least that I see the benefit of that. Yeah. Where it's not just a plant. You know what I mean? And the money is just being pumped behind that plant, and they're just being put in front of our face, and we have to like it whether we want to or not. You know what I mean? Because that's all we hear. So I get what you're saying about that, but I wish that there was a way where the independent artists can make some money. You know what I mean?
It would be it would be nice,
because even if you think if you think about it, back, like, say if we go back to 80s, 90s, whatever, if you had a hot record, you had to take it to somebody and hopefully they played it on a certain show.
Yeah.
Now, we still have mixed shows and all that, but it's kind of like we said, all this social media, that's the radio station, that's the promo. So you control that. So if you got to be on there every day promoting yourself, I did this, like, Mala, I seen you, all your posts, I'm going to be on it, C-Doc again. That's the type of stuff, that people have to do. Like, I'm going to be here, I'm moving, I'm shaking in this. And then hopefully that trickles down. Hey, I'm selling this. Let's get paid for this. I'm doing this show, that type of thing. So it's all hustle. And as Bobby said, it's the new hustle.
Yes, we're
segue.
Yeah, perfectly done, Ultra. Perfectly done.
Shout out to Bobby Simmons.
Let's talk about your fire song, "New Hustle."
So that's the one. That's the song that I kind of incorporated the disco sound that my mother loved so much. She was a disco queen, and she will play disco music all the time, freestyle music, hip hop music, salsa music. So I loved disco. Me and my sister both loved disco, and I just had to.
Yeah.
One day I was just like, I loved. Oh, you know what it was? No, one day it was Swiss Beats on Instagram, and he was like, "Yo, disco's making a comeback." And I was excited because I'm like, yes, I love disco. So that's what made me jump on it.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's out now? The song's out now?
Yeah, it's out. It's been
Okay.
out. Mm-hmm. No hassle.
Word up.
Yep.
Hey, so Marla, what's up?
Produced by Filthy Rich at J30. So shout out to them. And the video is super fire. It looks like we're back in the 70s. Shout out to Dead Eyes. Shout out to Dead Eyes for that one.
Okay.
Can we get a whole album full of hip hop disco? Can we get?
No, man. Seriously.
See, this is the reason why my whole project got delayed. This is exactly why. Because after New Hustle, I was like, this is so different from anything else that I have. That I was like, I have to do a whole project just around like this sound. Like it doesn't have to be just disco, but like just this whole different mashup of like old and new, and you know, like everything that I know and love. But like, yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on making more like that. Yes.
Good.
There you go.
Because that's something that, you know, everybody gets caught up in hip hop doing what everybody else does.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up in an era, you know, when I came out, you couldn't sound like Stetsasonic. You couldn't sound like Public Enemy. You couldn't sound like Ultramagnetic. You got to do your own thing. So you doing that, nobody's doing that. So that's dope. That's dope. I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with that.
Mm-hmm.
So that was something that I'm not going to say that I was going to take credit and try to do something like that, but I've been thinking about something like that. I think just from listening to Paul's Boutique, and they had a hella disco samples on that record, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, you got me thinking about the what is it? American Love Style EP.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm just like, but whatever. Paula, you go do it. You know,
I'm working on it.
Yeah. Hell yeah, that'll be great.
You do you, see, Doc, and then you bring Marla in for some verses.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, when I find the time. Oh my god. Jeez. Okay, so that's good. That's the plan. All right, I like that. That's dope. Mm-hmm. So, okay. Well, now that begs the question: what was the? Can you hint at what the direction you were going before that was?
Just bars, like hip hop, like just,
okay,
yeah.
So, well, there's your other album. See, you got two albums.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like it basically it turned into two projects. So now where I'm at is finalizing the two projects. Yeah, two projects. That's where I'm at. I'm splitting two.
Just put the bars over the disco. It's like
I'm already doing that, but I don't know. I feel like there's some people that know me for just the bars.
Yeah.
So you know, I don't know how they like how they will feel about an entire project built around the whole disco sound or just that other sound. So that's why I'm like, let me just make two different ones, and then I don't know. That's where I'm at.
I got you.
Do you, Marla? Do you?
Yeah, it'll be dope. Yeah, it'll be dope. It sounds like you kind of have the idea anyway. So, yeah, you know what you're doing.
I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there.
Yeah. Yep. You know what? That it also brings up a good point is that because Chuck has talked about this too, is that not enough dancing in just casual dancing in hip hop anymore. Yeah, you got b-boys and stuff like that, breakers, b-girls, but like, you know, kids don't have any up-tempo records to dance to anymore.
Well, that's probably why the labels are like kind of focusing on like Afro beats and stuff like that.
You're right.
Reggaeton.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I get it.
Yep.
Less violence.
Right.
But we need everything.
Yeah.
Well,
very much so.
These dudes, they like dancing by themselves. We was partying, looking at when the song came on, we gotta find a shorty to go dance with. We ain't trying to do our little dumb dance by itself.
Or even
Get
like,
outta
you
here.
know, we go roller skating, you know, and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
We need to listen. This is the kind of stuff that I okay. So for my release party for New Hustle, I wanted to have roller skates, but
Oh,
we couldn't do it there. But it was a whole disco night. Like it was a whole
Yeah.
like 1970s like costume dress up. Like everybody came dressed up. It was so much fun.
That's dope.
It was dope.
Yeah,
Very
see,
dope. And it was on like on disc. Like they have the place I did it at. They have a disco night.
mhm.
So like even the old timers was there like dancing like real disco, like crazy, like spins and all of that. Like it was
Yeah.
fire. Real fire.
That's dope. Please tell me you got footage of that.
I do have some footage. I gotta look for. I'm actually looking through because there's some people I gotta shout out. Hold on a second. Oh, and by the way, Jeff New Style Hustle. Everybody just go on Instagram and look him up real quick at Jeff_New Style Hustle. So he was the choreographer for the New Hustle video. He is actually a hustle disco, a hustle choreographer, like the hustle dance. Like, do the hustle. Like he is a choreographer, and he's actually from that Baz Luhrmann show that was on Netflix a couple of years back. Remember, it was
The
like
Get Down.
The Get Down. So he was the choreographer from that show.
Wow.
And because of this song and this video, we ended up crossing paths, and I got to meet him and invited him to be the choreographer for the video, and he agreed, and he brought his whole team. So the people that are dancing in this video are actually really hustle dancers.
Wow.
That's dope.
That's ill. That's
super
ill.
fire. So shout out to him.
Yeah. All right. So when the show's over, don't go watch it now. But when the show's over, go watch it.
Then go watch it.
Yeah. I wrote that down. I'm checking it.
And then after that, make sure you go and watch Cypher Part 1 by Stetsasonic and Mala Reignz, who is now Stetsasonic.
Yes. You can just say by Stetsasonic because
and Smooth the Hustler as well.
And Smooth the Hustler, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
How was shooting the video for that?
That was actually really fun. My partner J30 shot a few of the scenes here in New York. But the way we did it was like, because everybody's all spread across the country in different states.
Yeah.
So everybody like shot their own scene, and then we got someone to edit and put it all together. So Jay shot my parts and Bobby's parts and Smooth's parts.
Okay.
So it was fun. It was family affair. You know what I mean? It was pretty cool.
Dope.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. Bobby keeps chiming in. Bobby, you might as well just come on the show, man.
Yeah, Bobby.
You want the link?
Bobby,
the link.
Yes.
We don't have to tell your Prince stories no more, Bobby, with the tambourine.
Right.
I'll be performing with Stetsasonic in a live band October 5th at the Brooklyn Bowl in New York. So make sure pull up. You're ready. It's gonna be fun. This is what I was so excited to do. I can't wait to perform with the live band.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
That's been a very, very long time since I was like probably 6, 7 years old.
Dope.
I can't wait.
So it'll be slightly different this time.
A little different.
Yeah. Have you guys done rehearsals yet?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Looking forward to that.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. It's a dope move to mix it up, you know, because they have they've got a catalog or whatever. But man, talk about my wife wants to go to New York. Okay, maybe we will. All right.
And I'm also I'm gonna be on their song Lolita.
Oh.
Our song now, Lolita.
Yeah.
As Lolita. So,
okay.
Lolita.
Where are you guys doing a new mix, or are you talking about for the video?
It's like a new rendition of it.
Okay.
That's just the song, but now it's gonna be with Lolita responding.
Oh, finally.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
That one.
Yeah, that one.
Yes, sir.
There it is. You know how many times I had to redo the credits for that? Oh, jeez. Doc, we forgot this credit. Oh, okay. Hey, Doc, add this credit. Oh, okay. I thought I was done.
Wait. So Doc, so what's up? Is everybody going to this show?
Why? Who else? Who else is going?
I'm saying I'm only in New Jersey. It ain't like I'm, you know.
Oh, well, if we're going, you know,
I can stand and go.
Yeah. Come on now.
My ticket.
Well, you're
Marla, where's my ticket?
We're gonna get them. We're gonna get them tickets. We're gonna get them wristbands.
Yeah, you're only
There we go. There
2
we
hours
go.
away. Right?
I'll get Sobuck to drive.
There you go. That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
So are you? So you were talking about taking a break during COVID.
It was like after COVID, like
After COVID. Okay.
yeah, COVID took me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was rough.
It didn't start off rough. I felt like I went right into survival mode, and I was like, we got this. Like, we're good. You know, we had necessities and everything.
Yeah.
But then it was just like the aftermath of COVID. Just after, it was different for everybody, but like just after being in survival mode for that amount of time.
Yeah.
And still trying to like hustle and put out music and do it all. I was just like my brain was fried, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I was just like, you know what? I need a little break because I don't want to not love music. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to fall out of love with it. So I had to take a break.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a full break. I was still creating, but like I wasn't pressing, like I wasn't putting that pressure on myself to release, to, you know what I mean? Like to the way that I was putting that pressure on myself before, like I because I was doing everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
So when you're independent artist, like you got to do it all. So like I just got exhausted, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I got you.
I needed a break.
Yeah.
So and coming out the break is like, hey, you're Stetsasonic now.
Yeah, it's a hell of a way to come back. How do you approach songwriting?
It just got to be a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to be in the mood. I got to be in a good vibe.
Yeah. Do you have to? Because I know people that have to start with the music. But I also know other people that just get. Sometimes the lyrics will come and they'll just write the lyrics and then figure out how it fits later. How does it work with you?
More of the music first, but
Okay.
occasionally, like something will pop in my head and I'll just write it down for later.
Yeah.
But usually it's the music that puts me like in a vibe, gives me like it gives me the direction. You know, when I hear the beat, it's just like, okay, this sounds. I interpret it this way. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll just ride with that.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh. So it looks like we have a special guest in the house. Yeah.
The tambourine man?
No. Oh no.
Okay.
It's not that one. It's it's no Vlad. There's no Vlad. It's Odad. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Daddy-O.
Yo, I don't do tambourines. That's Bobby, man.
I thought you was Bobby.
Nah, that's Bobby, man. You know Bobby way more musical than us. That's real talk though. Like Bobby be keeping the music together. You know what I mean? Like I thank God for Bobby every day because starting this band, yes, I'm not gonna say I wasn't about the music, but this guy just keeps me on the music, man.
Right.
Like if I try to slip, he won't let me. Like it's crazy. It's like it's crazy. You know what I mean? And so, honestly, man, Mala being in the band, that's really a Daddy or Bobby decision. We really ain't even asked, yo, honestly, bro, we really ain't even asked for permission, man. Not for this one. I told Bobby, said, what'd you say? I said, man, I ain't asking for no fucking permission.
Put it down.
No, because the reality is this, man. You know, hip hop needs, and I'm praying, I'm really praying that more people than Stetsasonic get the memo. You know what I'm saying? Get the assignment, because we're gonna progress. When you see us at the Brooklyn Bowl with Marlon being part of the band, you're gonna be struck. Because you know, you never seen a Stet show whack. We never been whack.
Sure.
We always beat everybody up. It don't matter. Kane, my man, we beat him up. Shit, it's times we be chucking them up. We do this. Yeah. Imagine us with Marlon Reignz. Just think about it. Think about it for a minute. Think about it for a minute. Don't blow your brain, but just think about it for a minute. Because the bottom line is that, and Doc, you know this because you my producer, I've been messing with girls throughout my solo career.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
But the issue is having that non-compete clause, meaning you can't fuck with my girl.
Right.
You understand what I'm trying to say? Everything else, but it's gonna be real difficult to beat us right now, man. I'm just saying that. I'm sorry, man.
You don't have to apologize, Odad.
So Odad, can I get them tickets October? What's up, man? I'm trying to.
Yeah, man. You know, if you know, throw a couple of dollars to Marlon's Cash App, and you got it.
No problem.
No, we got y'all, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We're just gearing up. Like she said, you know, we working on this Lolita thing now. Marlon and I are writing a couple of things for the next record. Actually, Doc, she's writing on the joint that you put together. I don't know what we calling that record.
I don't even know what record you're talking about. Oh,
that joint.
Yeah, word. Yeah. Okay. I forgot about that. Okay. Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we working on the next album as we speak, man. I have a lot of respect for Marlon Reignz because now I got somebody to get in my ass. You know what I mean? Like you always need that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You always need that other energy that, like, you know what I mean? And you know, it's doing well. Cypher Part 1 is doing well. It's probably gonna perform better than all the other singles besides for the ones we're gonna put out after this.
Yeah.
But man, what we got coming, that's a whole nother story, man. We gonna make Cypher Part 1 sound like kindergarten, bro.
Mala, how is this approaching now, coming from being a solo artist into this group situation? How are you approaching the challenge of that kind of opportunity?
Well, I think the challenge more is that because like everybody's like not in the same place.
Yeah, sure.
So if anything, I feel like that's really the challenge. So it's an equal challenge for everybody, actually. But it's just work. It's just more work. That's all. I'm still Mala. I'm still Scala VMG. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also now Stetsasonic too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Two things can be true.
Of course.
At the same time. Same time.
I think that's what hip hop need. I feel like what happened with hip hop is that, I don't know, man. I was talking to my man about this yesterday. Shout out Uno the Prophet from Boston.
Oh yeah, word.
I was talking to Uno. I'm actually, Doc, I'm A&R in the record now, so I'll let you know.
Okay.
But he got some shit. Hip hop got selfish. And I don't know, I you know me, I usually know the answer, but I really don't know the answer. Like at some point we gave up I don't want to say we gave up, but it feels like we gave up the connectivity and the collectiveness, and just started being mad selfish. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So what Marla was saying about two things could be true. Like, Cats got on something. I don't know. Two things can't be true. You know, I got Tourette's.
Or there can only be one.
Yeah.
You know, it's this.
What happened though? Because we never. I'm telling you, we was never like that. We was never like that. We were never like that. You know. So I don't know. It's an interesting situation. I was listening last night. I had a moment. I always have these hip hop moments where I had a moment last night where I was going back over one of my playlists that's called The Originals, right? And that playlist has like old Enjoy records, old Sugar Hill records, like a whole bunch of other stuff. Like I didn't notice. You know what I just learned last night, Ultramag? All this time, we've been listening to Double Trouble, right?
Right.
Do you notice that the last two Funky 4 records, K and Rodney C wasn't on it? I never even noticed they wasn't on Do You Wanna Rock?
Do you want to rock?
They not on the record. Only Jeff Keith and Sha Rock is on that record.
Wow.
And there's another one called Feel It that only those three are on Feel It as well.
Wow.
So that's all that they try to step on our ego, walk on our pride. But two new brothers stand side by side. That's what all that's about. Because they went, you understand what I'm trying to say? Like it's and so what we would like to do is at least show something about unity in hip hop. That's all. And just to let y'all know, man, I'm gonna say this once, man, because I don't really feel like saying it a bunch of times until I debate Tariq Nasheed, which he probably doesn't know about. This motherfucker come my way, Ultramag. He may not have a life after this, but anyway.
Dad, speak it, talk it.
Half my group Puerto Rican, man. Shut up, man. Fuck. And I'm not talking half and all that. I'm talking about I got Puerto Ricans in my group, so y'all can come for me if you want, but we're gonna fuck you up, man.
Yeah, he need to sit down, man. He ain't even from New York. How do you speak on something you ain't even from the area? I don't
know, man. You know what it is though, bro? Honestly, the social media, I always say it's the blessing and the curse. I don't know which one it is half the time, but
it's both.
Social media, it's probably both.
Yeah.
Social media, people who never, and I'm not saying people shouldn't have a voice. Don't get me wrong about people having a voice, because there's some people that got voices through social media that I totally enjoy. Like I would have never heard about stuff, you know what I mean, or knew about stuff or being familiar with stuff. But social media gave everybody what at least they assume to be a boss voice. If it's just a regular comment, it's no problem.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. You like green shoes, I like blue shoes. Who cares?
Yep.
I'm gonna fight for my blue shoes. You're gonna fight for your green shoes. Who cares? But when you begin to start trying to speak, and this is where you go on Ultramac, in an authoritative way, especially about this culture, it gets weird for some of us. Because we don't take this lightly. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said, actually, it was this interview that we was on, me, Mala, I think it was Bobby, and I think Wise was on that interview. We was on this interview, and I was saying we all have that hip hop saved my life story. We all do. And all five of us right now do have a hip hop saved my life story.
Yep.
You understand? It may be more than one story, but I'm just talking about that one. You understand? And so when you are a person that has that hip hop saved my life in your resume, whatever you want to call it, in the character of your being, you don't really like people dissing it.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep.
Because it bothers you. You like, you understand what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah.
like just to put her on blast, right? If you talk to Jennifer about early hip hop and radio, she's gonna be offended if you say some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Because she was right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, you niggas wasn't on the radio until I told Greg about y'all. Greg wasn't even gonna listen to y'all. I'm the one that ran it in his office and said, yo, these niggas is no. And like, she probably gonna say nigga, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do y'all listen? The new artists get a pass. It's the people in the middle that don't get a pass.
Yeah.
Gorilla gets a pass. She don't know shit. All she know about is a moose nut. That's all the fuck she. You know what I mean? Like the new artists get a pass, but in the middle of that, somebody should be protecting us.
Yeah. Yep. By all means.
So you know the way we've decided, and Bobby is a big part of this is, yo, D, man, just do it through the music, man.
Yeah.
I'll call him, I'll beef about some shit. He said, man, just write some shit, man. That's how I wrote that Black Medine shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you saying? Like, and you know what I'm saying? So we just want to bring that together. You know, the aesthetics is dope. You know what I mean? Half the show might be in Spanish. Hey, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. But it should be that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Chuck is probably the only person, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm keeping it a buck. Chuck is the only person besides myself that understands that. Like, and that was the whole argument, right? Like, I always tell that story about how when we first heard Dope Man and we all on the tour bus together and only me and Chuck like Dope Man.
Yeah.
And Griff's yelling about it and Fuquan's yelling about it and everybody's, oh, this is whack. And we like, this nigga Ice Cube's not whack, y'all. Like, what is wrong with y'all? But they all thought that, you know, you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, hip hop should be inclusive. Like, if there's any concept of music inclusivity, it's us.
Yeah.
We've absorbed everything. Billy Squire, Queen. Look, man, we made Another One's Bite the Dust. Another One Bite the Dust hit record on pop stations. And when we played that shit in the parks, man, it took a whole nother turn. Man.
Yep.
So, you know what I mean? It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's we just want to do, you know, I try to represent for this culture. And the one thing I do try to do, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody else, I try to represent for classic hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why, honestly, you know, I ain't even gonna hold you. That's why Mala's in the group, because the guys will get mad at that. It didn't say band. So let me say band. That's why Mala's in the band, because the classic hip hop flavor can't die. We can't. It can't.
Yeah.
Not on my watch. If I'm dead, then that's different. But I'm alive.
Yep.
And it cannot die. We cannot allow real rhymes and real stories to go away for foo-foo stuff. You know what I mean? Because a lot of stuff, it's because of you know, just the atmosphere right now that, you know, people could get away with some stuff. It's a couple of, man, listen, man. I'm not forced, but I am kind of almost forced to listen to Power 106 in New York every day. I'm not gonna say why, but I'm listening to it every day. I'm hearing The Breakfast Club. I'm hearing Angie Show.
Oh, Power 105.
Yeah, I'm hearing Sus One playing at 5 o'clock. I'm hearing Angela Yee going up, all of that. And as I listen to these songs and some of the stuff that happens, some of it doesn't make me too mad, but then other parts of it is like we have not taken the musician part of hip hop seriously.
Mm.
And in that case, we're gonna always lose the Chris Brown.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, when we was rapping, them singing niggas, y'all go over there in that corner over there. Imagine a singing nigga coming in the Latin Quarter, Ultraman. What the fuck is you doing here, man? Go talk to Search first. Okay? And if you pass him, then Lumumba and them is right there. You understand what I'm trying to say? But we cut from a different breed, and that's why people liked Rapper's Delight. That's why people liked Jimmy Spice's Money. That's why people liked Houdini's Friends or Public Enemy's Bring the Noise, because that cloth was, yes, it was musical, but it came from a different kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just bringing it full circle, man. That's what we tried to do with Cypher Part 2, man. Yo, bro, I'm gonna say this. I say this once. Do you realize, man, we made a record, man, with no hook, and LL had to do 3 singles in the time that we did one? I'll let that marinate for a minute. But that Proclivities record go hard. Out of everything LL made, that joint he got with Saweetie.
With Saweetie, yeah.
Yo, that joint go hard, bro. I like that.
I'm looking forward to his album, man.
Kane told me it's incredible. Kane said it's incredible. Yeah, he told me. Okay. He said, but he did say this to me. He said, Daddy-O, the only thing that Chuck didn't cover on this album is boom bap. I mean, not Chuck, LL. He said, he said, you won't hear no boom bap, but he said he made a great album.
Interesting.
And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, you know, because Rakim is basically come and gone now. Yeah. Although I love the Rakim record.
Sure.
I like it too. I just wish they promoted it as what it was, what we were getting.
Well, he not signed to Spit Slam, so it's not gonna happen like that.
Well, he's also anyway. I ain't gonna get into that, but
I'm just saying. If you got to deal with minds like C-Doc and Chuck, you could get your point across. If you're not dealing with those kind of minds, then what do you have?
Yeah.
Because I tell you guys all the time, every time I come on this show, I have super duper arguments with this fucking guy. I'll make some shit, send it to him. He'd be like, yeah, I'll think about it. You know what I mean? I'm like, what is he talking about? He'll think about it. You know what I'm saying? Him and Bobby with the bullshit, with the sequencing and all of this. I'm like, man, I want this record first. Like, no, D. I'm like, what is y'all talking about? But the bottom line is that's the beginning of hip hop too. And I guarantee you, Mala and J30 have these same kind of arguments. Right? But that's what it is. That's what it's supposed to be, Doc.
It is. You know why? Because we care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because we care.
Exactly. Pull that skirt down. You're going to Catholic school, girl.
MOUSE. What the hell was that? Why? Because we care.
I'm straight.
But yeah, I mean that's the, you know what I'm saying? It's like we've lost the ability to argue with each other, right? We've lost the ability to grapple with each other. Like everything's dope now. No, everything's not dope, bro.
Yeah,
sorry. You know what I'm saying?
As long as you're making money, it's okay.
Yeah. Gets weird. And you know, I'm not against them making money, because honestly, when I hear some of them rap, I'll be like, man, thank God you getting money through rap, because you probably could never be nothing else. You couldn't even be a Walmart teller. So thank God that you're making money through rap. So I'm not against them making money. What bothers me is I had to fight everybody in the music industry about being music.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Jennifer was right there. You know, Greg went through what he went through. Lady B went through what she went through. Mr. Magic, God bless the dead, went through what he went through. Pink House, God bless the dead, went through what he went through because nobody really wanted to hear us.
Yeah.
And they were people that said, I like this. I'm going to stand up for it.
Right,
You understand?
right.
Which they could have got fired from their jobs, which they could, you know, they was constantly being threatened to be fired from their jobs, like all of that. But we standing in that gap because we're saying, and this is no disrespect to her, you know, a friend of mine, we're just as important as Stephanie Mills.
Yeah.
You understand? No disrespect to Stephanie, but we're just as important. We're just as important as Luther. We're just as important as Whitney. That's what we were saying. And we had to fight to get on the radio. So now that we there, I feel like our performances should be way up there. And a lot of times I don't get that way up there, except from I get it from that kid. What's that kid? The Lucas kid, Jordan Lucas or whatever.
Oh, Joyner Lucas.
Joyner Lucas. He does it sometimes. People might get mad at me for saying this. Post Malone does it. A few of them do it. A few of them are like, forget who you are. I'm gonna make my way on who I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everybody, honestly, bro, real talk, everybody can't beat Griselda.
Yeah.
Griselda the new Wu-Tang, man. It's a different sound. It's coming from a crew. It's never gonna sound like that.
Yes.
Right.
You understand? It's just gonna be that. You know what I'm saying? That's not. There's not one commercially pop #1 single that Wu-Tang ever had. They might have had come a little close, but that's it.
Right.
Everything else is. But we loved them. You understand? And they were able to function. You know what I mean? So but everybody can't beat Griselda. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you got to take 4 MCs, right? You got to make 80 bars of fucking just heat and put out a record called Cypher Part 1. That's what you got to do.
That's what you got to do.
That's what you got to do.
Yep. Yep. Mala, is there anything else? You have anything else? Obviously, we dropped a lot of exclusive information tonight. Anything else you want to mention? You've got coming up?
Well, just check out the music that's out. Besides New Hustle, I also have a record called Don't Slip. So the video is out for that as well. And then also, make sure you go check out that cypher before Daddy O come after you.
Right. And shout out to Soulbuck, man. Soulbuck did a piece on Mala that was dope, man. Shout out to DJ. Thank you, Soulbuck.
That was fire.
Thank you, DJ Soulbuck.
For real, he really dug. He found some stuff. I was like, well, how the hell he find that?
Soulbuck has the
Buck goes in.
He did his homework.
You do know, he said, Soulbuck told me yesterday or whenever it was we were on the phone, he DJ'd for you once. Mala.
Really? Wait, when would this had to have been years ago? Years ago.
He DJ'd for you once. He said there was some show where there were a bunch of people.
Oh, probably.
And you came out and said, we're going to do 5 songs, and here they are. And he was like, okay. And he DJ'd for you once.
That's what's up.
So business.
So that's probably, he probably still had them joints from back then because he found some stuff. Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
It sounded good, though. He really killed it. Shout out to him.
Yeah. So Beezy in the place to Beezy.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
And he's in the comments, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, I saw him. I can't see him now, but when I was watching on YouTube, I did see him in the comments.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to everybody that's checking in too. I see a bunch of my peoples in there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to my brother Pete Powers. He got some dope music and an animation that's out right now. Shout out to my sis, Rare Royalty magazine. I was actually featured on the cover of her magazine. So she's still going strong with her mags and they're fire. So look out for Rare Royalty magazine. Shout out to Nikki Jams. Jam Productions. Who else is in here?
Yeah, you had a squad show up in Fourth.
Yeah.
We appreciate that.
I'm
like to
trying
come
to tell you.
I got my other sis, Pila Cangri. She's a fire DJ and she's also a Latin artist as well. So she be spinning all over New York City. So shout out to her. You know, Bobby Simmons in the chat. Going crazy. Shout out to Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby's. I didn't know Bobby could type that much.
Yo, for real, go ahead. Shout out to my brother Eluse from my brother since day one. FMR Studios. He's on the FMR Studios in the chat. And shout out to his artist Bianca. We came up rapping together, and now he's like a dope engineer and artist manager. So check him out. Check out his artist Bianca. My boy Reem in the chat. My homegirl Michelle. Who else is in here? Yeah, we got a few people up in here right now. Yeah. But yeah, shout out to everybody. Shout out to the whole BX. NYC. Shout out to J30. You already know. Scholar VMG.
Shout out to J30, yo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's a man of many talents. He wears
my
many
man.
hats.
That's my man. Me and him had some great conversations.
Yeah, he was hanging up on me to continue talking to you many times. Yeah, he's very enthusiastic and he loves music and he feels passionately about music just like you guys do. And he's a talented songwriter. He's a rapper. He's a singer. He's a producer. He's a videographer, director, editor. He's pretty much everything.
Does it all.
He does it
E-man.
all. Damn straight. Mala, can you let people know where they can find you on social media?
At Mala Reignz, MALAREIGNZ, like how it's spelled right there in the box.
Yep.
And we also have our website, scalavmg.com. You can see, all of our stuff, all of our music and videos. And also follow J30 at J30 Music. And we have the company page as well as Scholar VMG, SCHOLAR VMG. Yeah.
Okay. Word up. Well, thank you for coming through tonight. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Dad as well as always.
Oh yeah. I'm here, man. I'm here. Yo, Ultimag, we gotta talk about a couple of music things, man. I got a couple of little new arguments.
Hey, when you want to do it? We
need to do it soon because I got a couple of new arguments, man. You know me, I'll be on that board.
Oh, Dad, let's talk. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Mala Reignz.
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And make sure you just drop me a comment or something. Let me know how you feel on the Cypher record. Whoever's in the chat, whoever's tuning in, we want to see how you feel about this.
Yo, that record is crazy.
Oh,
yeah,
bananas.
Yeah, that record's bananas, bro. I'm telling you, man. Bobby always had, he probably said this when he was on the show, but he always got that. You trust me, right, D? You trust me, right, D? He did
the same thing to me. He said the same thing to me.
Yeah. And then he sent me the Cypher joint with Jess Mala on it. And I was like, yo, first of all, who is this chick? That's the first thing. And then the second thing, I'm like, so what are we doing? Because me and Bobby produced together. So I wasn't sure if he was like, yo, I'm doing this record on Mala. I need your help, whatever.
Right.
He was like, no, it's a state record. I was like, oh, say word. You know what I mean? So if you listen to my rhyme, you will see I followed Mala's pattern. but I get away with everything because I got a raspy voice. So nobody ever knows when I'm copying anybody, and I'm not talking about that line in my song when I'm talking about biting because I'm not biting. But I follow. It was just crazy, and I was just like, you know, I've always been open to, you know, the ideology of what the Temptations had did. You know what I mean? When they, first Dennis. I mean, first what you call him, and then Dennis, and then Ali came, and then a few other people. And I've always been interested in that anyway, because I was like, Stetsasonic should be a machine.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily have to be locked into these fucking people. You know what I mean? So I told Bobby, I was just like, from the time she spit on the record, I told Bobby, man, let's put it in a group. He was like, oh, I don't know, D, you know, let's where, you know, and then like halfway through Cypher, and I was like, man, I'm not asking for no more permission, man. Because I know what this next album is gonna sound. I mean, next 3, 4, but because we're working on like 4 projects at one time.
Yeah.
And I just know what it's gonna sound like. You know what I mean? Just having that, and I think Cypher is a good example, but I think Lolita is gonna be a great example.
Mm.
Can you just do me one favor? Can you do me one favor, Odette? Just keep on putting them out on cassette so I can keep on building.
Well, hey, that guy right there, and that, well, if you're looking at your device, that guy right there in the top left box, that's the guy to talk to about the cassettes.
Well, let's keep on putting out cassettes, because I need to keep on building my Stet collection.
No, we got a great response on the Stet cassette.
Yeah,
good.
I was very happy about that.
Yeah. I mean, we got a great response, and you know, Target just did some thing with vinyl. You know, Target just did a thing with vinyl where the vinyl that Target is doing is not like Barnes and Noble and Urban Outfitters. They're doing all the new records on vinyl. So I mean, I'm not looking for no super duper groundswell. It's not going to be like that. But at least what happens is that, you know, kids are having an interesting reality with textile, with touching things.
Yeah.
Because everything for them is in the sky. Everything's in the cloud. Everything is just pressing buttons on their controller, or pressing buttons on their phone. So for a kid to actually take a needle and drop it on a record and see it play, that's an amazing thing to them. It's more amazing than it was for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was pretty amazing for us.
No, but we gonna keep doing that. We're gonna keep doing that. But yeah, we working on keep an eye out for that Lolita gonna go hard, bro.
Hard. Looking forward to it. All right. Yep. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming through.
No
Appreciate
doubt.
y'all.
We will be talking soon, I'm sure.
Yep.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.
Oh, we're in super close mode. All right, there we go.
Super close mode.
Super close mode. Yeah. There it is.
All
There
right.
it is.
Yep. Dope. Very dope.
Yes.
It's so dope, I don't even know what to say. So, let's talk about our sponsors.
Here you go.
Oh, well, Flatline is not here, and I do have a beer in front of me, but we are sponsored by Hackensack Brewing and their beer Auga, which is a dedication to the Awesome Two. So if you're in the New York, North Jersey area, Pennsylvania, you love beer, get over to Hackensack Brewing. You can try their Awesome Two Auga beer and a whole host of other things. And September 8th, I believe, is the next Awesome 2 event. So get over there, and you never know what hip-hop superstars you will see, because everybody's always out there.
Yep. Crazy who comes through.
Yes.
And And we're also sponsored by the Spit Slam Record Label Group. The Spit Slam Record Label Group a Chuck D situation. Catch us on your favorite streaming platform, on Bandcamp, or visit our official web store at spitslamrecords.com. All releases are available digitally or on CD, with select titles available on vinyl and cassette. The Spitslam Record Label Group. Throwback to the future sound. Yes, indeed. So please go to spitslamrecords.com. Cop that new Stetsasonic on CD. You can get it there. It's got the cipher on it. Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be more coming. Oh, yes. Thank you, Donkey, and the app. Yes.
Yes.
Grab yourself the Bring the Noise app. Get it now. Or as soon as
Right now.
over. As soon as the show's over. Yes. Yeah.
Bashawn.
Oh, I gotta. Yo, what up, Sean? I gotta talk to you. Anyway. Yes, thanks to everybody watching live tonight, everybody watching on the replay. Please, if you dig the show, like and subscribe. We got a lot of great content here at Channel Zero. More coming, more on the way. And also you catch me, Mr. Chuck D, and Flatline every Friday for the And You Don't Stop radio show on Rap Station and Mixcloud. I play the Spitslam Jam of the Week. Flatline, who has the night off tonight, has the Hip Hop God segment. And you can catch Ultramag 7 and Jennifer O'Jenny and the aforementioned DJ Soulbuck every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Channel Zero for the mixtape, where Soulbuck will spin the music of our next week's guest. And who do we have coming up next week, Jennifer?
Next week, we're bringing it kind of back over this way.
Taking it to the West Coast?
Yeah, a little bit. Somebody from the LA posse, better known as Muffler.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that one. Talking to Muffler about the classic LA posse joints.
There's some serious history right there.
Yeah, that's going to be dope. So
I need some bigger and deafer questions asked.
Yes, seriously. Bigger and deafer.
All of it.
Yeah. Young Son of No One.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yep. So join us next week right here, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be talking to Muffler. And maybe Flatline will be back, you know? Maybe special guests will show up. It's hard to say. Who knows?
You never know.
It's exciting. So thanks everybody for coming through. Please like and subscribe. And we will see everybody next week for another episode of It's C-Doc again. Thanks.